Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of CHTV. This week I'm going to be teaching you all how to get your horse to park himself at the mounting block. So first I'm going to go over the supplies you'll need. You want to make sure you have a nice halter that can fit your horse. It doesn't necessarily need to be a rope halter. This is just what I prefer to work with. You'll want a longer line that's nice and flexible that you can work with really easy. You can do this with a lead rope, but you won't be able to call them across the arena as easily. You want to have some sort of stick, whip, extra long arm, whatever works best for you. This is just for reaching over the horse to touch them on their far side while you're standing on the block. And last but not least, you're going to need your reward. I use just Sid's normal food pellets as his reward, but you can use whatever your horse is most motivated by. You can use scratches, you can use little pieces of carrot, little pieces of apple, whatever is easiest for you. So the first step in teaching this is teaching them to yield their hindquarters. Now I covered this in one of my other videos, as this is something all horses should be able to do, but I'm just going to do it again with Sid here real quick. Yield. Yield, yield, yield. Good boy. Just like that. You just want them to move their hindquarters away from you. Now, if your horse like Sid knows how to do that just on body language, you're going to start to introduce your whip as a tapping cue on his hip. So I'm just going to tap right here. Yield, 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 yield. Good. And you're going to want to practice that enough to where they're very consistent on that tapping cue. So the next thing you're going to want to do is get your mounting block set up wherever you're going to have it. This is best done with a movable mounting block, but this arena just has a fixed one. Either will work. The movable mounting block just adds an extra challenge because you can move it around the ring and ask for the cue in different places. So what you're going to do is bring your horse over to the mounting block. You're going to stand them up next to it, and he already knows what he's doing. And you're going to use that yield cue you taught with the whip to tap on the far side and move their butt over. Once they've done them, give him a click and give him his reward. I'll do that again. Hey guys, this is future editing Erin jumping in here real quick. I realized I didn't explain very well how I was using the cue versus the whip. Eventually you're going to want to wean the whip off, so you're just saying the cue. So at first you're going to tap with the whip to get the idea of moving over in their head, add the vocal cue of park it up, then slowly take away the whip, so you're only giving the park it up cue in order to get the behavior. I'm just going to set him up with his front feet right in line with the corner of the mounting block. Ooh. Stand up on it, and I'm going to say park it up when I use that yield cue. Good boy. Good job. Now, the next stage in teaching this, and this is where the long rope comes in handy, is you're going to start parking them farther and farther away from the block. So I'm going to take him out here. Ooh. Good. Stand. You're going to park him way out in the ring. You're going to stand up here and say, park it up. Now, if they kind of lose their way, which he knows what he's doing, you can use that rope that's still attached to guide them. But he knows this cue already, so he's going to kind of come in and then back himself in. Horses can also sometimes get a little lost in front of the mounting block. They know that they're supposed to come over and do the yield, but that can set them up in front of it. You can use that rope to back them up and line them back up with it. So I'll do that one more time for you. Come on, buddy. I know, you're very helpful. Come here. Come here. I know. Stand. Oh, I know, you're very helpful. Park it up. Park it up. Park it up. Ooh, good job. And that's it. This took me about 45 minutes to teach Sid. Now it might take your horse a little bit longer just because he already understood yield and he knew pretty well how to stand at the mounting block. So don't be afraid to break this down into segments and teach it that way. Teach the yield on one day, start to introduce it at the block, and take your time. This isn't something that should be rushed. I wish you the best of luck with this and see you next time. Thanks for watching.